Hello and welcome back to match 4. This is Old Man Poole. We are 2-1 after our tragic defeat last round, but still hoping to go for the gold, and by gold I mean the 4-1 here. Not a great hand. Think I keep it on the draw. Be happier with it on the play. We don't play anything till turn 4, we just lose. These hands feel really bad to mulligan too, right? Like if he's got kind of a slow start, this is a perfectly fine hand. I think I'm gonna keep. This is could definitely be too slow. He could play like black-red, just play a bunch of pirates, and then we're just dead. Scamarch Bloodletter is a good draw though. Gives us something to do one turn earlier. 2-drop still would be the dream here, but can't have that all the time either. Okay. Well, we're not finding lands, and I think that was objective number 1 here. So next turn we'll play a Skymarch Bloodletter. Won't be doing fantastically, but won't be doing poorly either. Okay, Blightkeeper. Interesting turn 3 play. Doesn't compare incredibly favorably to the Bloodletter. Water Trap Weaver, okay. Raising Whiptail will be a pretty good follow-up here, though. So we'll take a point of damage from the Blightkeeper. He'll need another good answer to keep swinging. I do think I'm going to play the Whiptail because it blocks both things. If you had like another Water Trap Weaver, maybe the Jade Guardian's better, but that requires him to actually answer this card, which he can't necessarily, or doesn't necessarily have. Did miss a land last turn. Sailor of Means, okay. A very, very slow way of ramping himself up here. Okay, no response. I like no response. So I can just play the Pirates Cutlass and start getting in there. I can also play Jade Guardian, it's a little bit less mana efficient. Had like another Water Trap Weaver or Vanquish the Weak, he probably would have used on the Whiptail there. He could have the 5-drop kill spell if he finds a land next turn. I've got 3 of them in my deck. What's it called? Contract Killing, goodness. So that's kind of an aggressive play. My opponent looks like he's trying to be on the beatdown, maybe just kind of playing good cards too. He also play Conqueror's Galleon and swing. Pirates Cutlass is a little bit nice because it lets us get in with Conqueror's Galleon next turn, and that can potentially take over the game. Although I guess Jade Guardian does kind of the same thing. You know, I think I'm just going to play it safe here. We have Conqueror's Galleon that represents a lot of value going forward. I'm just going to play the Jade Guardian. I think I'm just going to pass. My opponent at least looks like he could be aggressive, so I'm just going to wait here. We also have like Mark of the Vampire we could draw, which gives us some inevitability with Jade Guardian. Part of me kind of wants to push the offensive because my opponent did miss a land drop and maybe is a little bit behind on tempo, but we just have such a good late game. Alright, Kitetail Freebooter, it's a good one. And he keeps it, so he's going to get to take one of these 2 next turn. So that is a disadvantage playing the Jade Guardian, although I don't think it's going to come up super frequently. I'd rather have the Galleon, I think, than the Pirates Cutlass. So close to it being great here. Still gonna keep everybody back here. I'm planning getting in with the Galleon next turn. And from there, I would hope that the game is fairly academic. We just get to draw a bunch of extra cards and kind of slowly pull away from our opponent. Yep. Rip Pirates Cutlass. The true tragedy. I mean, I think that was still probably the correct play. That's not going to happen all that often. It's a little bit of a shame. But I mean, if he'd had like a removal spell or something, I feel better having the Jade Guardian in play. I think that's probably more likely than a targeted discard spell from our hand. It's just kind of crummy that it worked out that way. Oh, it does know we have nothing in hand here. So I guess let's play the Wayfinder. We'll help or utilize that to crew the Galleon. Diviner. Do we want a Diviner? Kind of unexciting, right? I don't think we do, really. I think I'm just going to pitch it. We can always get it back later if we really need to. Alright, let's go ahead and crew this guy. Gonna use our less good blockers. My opponent could have a bounce spell here, but we can replay it if that's the case. It's a little bit bad, but not horrendous. But he doesn't have enough power to kill it. I guess if he had Skullduggery on the treasure, he could. I guess we trade for the bat in that case. No one knows we don't have anything. Don't think it's worth playing around though. He does get a 2-for-1, even if it's kind of a bad 2-for-1. I guess getting Skullduggery out of my opponent's hand would be pretty nice. Okay, looks like he's just gonna let it transform here, which is great for us, obviously. That is the hope. Okay, and start drawing cards and hopefully just kind of sneak away from my opponent here. Card's been, this might be my favorite card in the set. Like, it provides a lot of value and gets to game states that like your opponent just really cannot interact with. It's a very satisfying card to play. Looks like my opponent's had maybe a little rough draw here though. He's played a bunch of cards and hasn't really been able to make headway against us. Okay, got some. Okay, walk the plank. Not unreasonable, although we can get that back actually pretty quick with the Conqueror's Foothold too. So he gets to get in here for 5. That's a chunk. Can't block anywhere. Alright, let's draw a card. Okay. Ooh, contract killing. So that could let us get our Pirate's Cutlass back. How much do we care about the Cutlass? We have... It also lets us start setting up the loop with Conqueror's Foothold that's so powerful. Right now we have 9 mana out, so we could get back like the Diviner and replay it. We're only 1 mana away from contract killing though, so actually that's probably contract killing and draw a card. Draw discard? No, that's true. Probably draw a card. I guess we need 12 initially before it starts being fantastic, right? Because we have to play both in one turn. How much does the Pirate's Cutlass matter to us? Probably not that much. I think I will use the contract killing here. It's unlikely this is going to be able to attack super effectively. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kill the Cutlass holder here. And then re-equip the Cutlass, made to the Jade Guardian. I guess that does require both. No, that's okay. I guess we'll use up a treasure. I was thinking it wouldn't, but it does go back to our hand, not into the battlefield proper. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually if we keep up the treasure, then we can start going infinite with contract killing. So maybe that's a reason not to. 10, this requires 7, this requires 3. Yeah, I'm not going to equip the Cutlass. I don't think it matters then. It's just very hard for my opponent to win from a board state where we kill something every turn. Unless he has something that removes us from our graveyard. Okay, he's 2 mana away from using the Blight Keeper, which we should keep in mind. There's a potential way that he can sneak through a little bit of extra life. We'll block fairly aggressively here. Okay, no play. Alright, well, let's let it begin. Grab that contract killing. He has like a bounce spell or something, I guess it's kind of awkward for us, but outside of that, feel pretty good. And a bounce spell is not like absurdly bad against us. Okay, dive down. Guess that's a little bit worse, but I can still keep that going in just a couple turns. My opponent doesn't seem to have a great way through our defenses. Windstrider, okay, that counts. So next turn we may get back the Whiptail and play it then. Because we've got 11, which is not quite enough to do both, but the Whiptail does a pretty good job of blocking. And even though that was an expensive tempo play for us, it was 1 mana to 12? Yeah, 12 mana. It's still pretty good because it's still 1 for 1, and it's not like we're getting run over super fast. Do we want to just play Queen's Agent? That might be better. Potentially lets us get in next turn. Take another 3 here. Got a 9, but again, I think if he had a removal spell, he would have used it. Get a free Explorer here. Sure, we'll put that on top. And go ahead and pass. With the intention of drawing a card. We'll take a little bit of damage here, but we still have a little bit of life to play with. And I guess maybe there's a consideration to put that on the bottom, just because we can't keep cycling contract killing as soon as we find another land. Not gonna chump block. Maybe we should have put the Cutlass in front. Could have put the Cutlass on the Bloodletter and played it safer too. That might have been a better play than drawing a card. It's just hard to resist the value. Okay, still have 11 here. I think we'll equip this guy up and swing. Like, this guy's 6 power then, so you could like block there, or something. Feels okay, not absurd. You might have bounce, which would be a little bit awkward for us, but still don't think that bad. It's just a pretty big life swing. We already played a land. No, we haven't played a land this turn, so we'd like to commune and probably find one. Alright, up to 15. That makes me feel a little bit safer. Oop, bounce. Okay. Alright, that is his last card in hand. We still have 9 mana. Let's go ahead and commune and try and find a land. Oh, we have to exit our blocker step. Snapping Sailback is less good than a swamp right now. Go ahead and equip this time. And then just play the Colossal Dreadmaw. We still have to find something fairly good, like River's Rebuke or something wins in the game. But we maybe didn't need to, yeah. Maybe we played this game a little bit too cavalier. We could have like bottomed that earlier and gotten the contract killing on board immediately. It's still gonna be tough for my opponent though. Looks like he did draw something interesting here though. Maybe like another Water Trap Weavers. What would you consider? Maybe you got found a removal spell? No. What would make you stop and pause here? Maybe just seeing if you can like chump swing and then maybe use Blightkeeper to finish us off. We are kind of at 5. You can do that sort of effectively. It's probably better this turn than it is next. Let's see if he swings with everything. That's true, maybe I should have been keeping closer track there. Suppose he has that. It's not lethal, right? So that gives us 8. This swings, so trade, kills, go down to 6, not dead. Okay. And we can actually probably even more greedily block the Direct Fleet Interloper instead of both of these and still 3 damage. We can get rid of the Interloper. That might be correct. Okay, well, let's see what he's got here. Ooh, it is a Weaver. Okay. Well, that's close to lethal then. He swings with everything. Oh, doesn't. He should be aggressive here, I think. And try and set up the Blightkeeper victory. Or the Windstrider, one way or the other. We can only kill one thing next turn. Okay, I'm happier with that. Down to 5. We can kill the Blightkeeper and probably are not dead. Well, that's true. Is that just not enough? Might still not be enough. Let's see. We're gonna have 3 blockers next turn. We're at 5. Maybe we played this too. Cavalier. Let's assume he doesn't find a land. We take 1, 2, 3, 4. And block 1, 2, 3, 4. Block, block. So I guess we should do blocks to save us most life, right? Block. So block, block, block. Take 4, 5. We're dead to that, right? We have 3 creatures that block. We can't get through the Interloper. It's 3, 4, 5 there. We can bring back the Whiptail. Is that just worse? Play the Contract Killing. Pull off this, take 4 in the air. There's 4 attackers. We're dead. I think we're dead either way. Yeah, I think we played this game too. Too scattered. Alright. Let's return Whiptail. And play in here. Water Trap Weaver was pretty great there for my opponent. We definitely could have played this game better though. Played a couple of times where I did not play with our life in contention as much as we should have. So I left up 1 swamp to kind of show my opponent that we could have Skullduggery, but he has lethal on board. He just swings with everything. Okay, he might have the Blightkeeper too then. Let's go ahead and block. We'll do this correctly if nothing else. And go down to 1. But it looks like he's got the land, the Blightkeeper anyway. Yep. Alright. Wow. I can't believe we lost that match, or that game. I have to think I didn't play that correctly. I'll have to go back and look at that again. So I think there's basically no way we should ever lose with that lock in place. It might have been the turn we played the Queen's Agent equip. Yeah, I don't know, that was a pretty big tempo hit. Okay, it does look like he's trying to get in the air. Trying to be a little bit aggressive. Blightkeeper I think is okay. I don't think he was super fast though, at least not that we saw. Yeah, I don't love taking much of this out. Maybe 1 Dreadnought for the Blightkeeper. Maybe even a Jade Guardian. That card was fine, but not absurd. Alright. Let's return this back around. 3-game losing streak here. And we should not have lost that last game. Yeah. Should have played more safely with our life, I guess, more than anything. Because we had like the ultimate stabilizer, right? A removal spell every turn, even if it's one that costs you 10 mana, is pretty great. But he had just kind of enough tempo to get there. Playing the Water Trap Weaver was pretty clutch. Having the dive down was pretty good. And like, if my opponent hadn't quite as good a draw, our sloppy play maybe would have punished us, but he did not play that one as well as we should have. Ooh, opponent aggressively sideboarding, which means he might be swapping into new colors. Alright, would like to play first. I think we keep. A lot of lands. We go Skymarsh Bloodletter. Conqueror's Galleon's not great on its own. I don't know. I have a tough time mulliganing 5 land hands, although I think I probably should more often than I do. Oh dear. Alright, well we need to find some gas for sure. Bloodletter on its own is not going to carry the day. Alright, Commune's pretty good. Can't play it this turn. Would have liked to find it a little bit earlier. But potentially not a land, and I do like not a lands. I like my opponent's playing slow here. Alright. I'm going to play another Skymarsh Bloodletter and Commune, I think. Alternatively, you could play the Galleon this turn, play the Bloodletter and flip the Galleon. Let's go ahead and swing first. Yeah, I'm just going to play the Galleon, I think. Next turn, we'll play Skymarsh Bloodletter and Commune with Dinosaurs. If he taps out, we'll swing with the Galleon. If not, I'll probably just swing at this to play around Runaground. Okay. Yep. Fine by me. Oh, okay, even a little bit better. Play Direfleet Hoarder and the Bloodletter. Could have Dive Down. Am I okay trading this for a Dive Down? I think I probably am, actually. No one's summoned in the set, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get to flip our Conqueror's Foothold here. Okay, yep, getting the trade, or at least the trade for a combat trick. Yep, Dive Down looks like. Okay, that's fine with me. Alright, well, now we have a flipped Conqueror's Foothold, and we're in a much more commanding position in this game. Flipped it much earlier, at 21 life. Opponent doesn't have much of a board presence. Looks like he had a pretty tough opening hand, too. Commune with Dinosaur finding a land isn't even bad for us here, necessarily. Okay. I have to assume he's got some follow-up here. At the very least, a land. If he just stays back, we definitely won't attack in. He might have the Windstrider, which he showed us last game. He might be debating whether he wants to leave that up or not. Okay. Yeah, we just won't play into that. So let's play Commune first here. I guess I should have done that before the swamp, but well, it's unfortunate we're putting a couple of contract killings on the bottom. I think I'm going to take the Forest over the Dreadmaw. Back in any order, and we'll play the Queen's Agent. Sure, we'll put that on top. And we'll just pass here. Not gonna give my opponent any free value when we can avoid it. Yeah. Alright, so we'll trade our Bloodletters off. We do have to find a way to deal with the Windstrider, but Queen's Agent potentially can do it. Assuming no more like run-agrounds or the like. Yeah, we'll definitely block here. He's got a trick, he's got a trick. Okay. Okay, just tapping down our Queen's Agent. Not unreasonable. Alright, we need 10 mana to recur this. We are currently at 8 mana. So I guess we can not quite recur anything, unfortunately, quite yet. So yeah, I'll just play Jade Guardian here. I guess we should swing with the Direfleet Hoarder. We actually could use the Treasure if he wants to block. But Jade Guardian should be impervious. Yeah, I guess maybe we should have played it first. If he has like Cancel or something, it's pretty bad for us. Okay. Alright. 3/3 hexproof. Looks pretty reasonable on this board. Queen's Agent will be back up next turn. And swing if my opponent's got something. Again, it's not fantastic for us, but we're also getting closer and closer to just bringing back more bloodletters. Yeah, interesting. I think we kind of have to block. Again, if he's got like Skullduggery to pump and kill, I guess that's reasonable. Oh, okay. Okay. Doesn't get to draw a card, but he does keep our lifelinker tapped down. Okay. Oh, nice. Alright, that was just what the doctor ordered. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have anything here. Okay. And we'll pass. Opponent only has one card in hand. We're at 13. Opponent definitely drawing more lands than I think you would like. Yep, we will trade that pretty much all day, every day. Alright, with the extra treasure to boot, we are gonna flip the Conqueror's Footload here. Ooh, Entrancing Melody. Alright. Can we pay for it? We can. I'm just gonna steal that back. Alright. So you get the Queen's Agent, we'll have to kill it ourselves, which is a little bit awkward. We can get back contract killing here. My opponent's out of cards. And we can even return this to our hand eventually too. Do we want to play Pirate's Cutlass? Or do we just draw a card? I think we play the Cutlass. I guess it doesn't actually trade any better. Yeah, we're just going to draw, I think. We're not going on the offensive, pretty much in any instance here. Okay, that's a good draw for him here. That's a lot of damage. Okay, so we are now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 9. Right, just 9. Not quite enough. So we can't get back the Bloodletter quite yet. So close, so close. I guess we'll draw a card. And then play the Direfleet Hoarder is the plan. We'll take another hit from the Blightkeeper. Oh, cool. I think I'm actually going to swing in that case. Offer him the trade. We have 2 Hoarders he'd have to fight through. Ooh, interesting. Happy to trade. Okay. Alright, so we can take 1 next turn. See what he has in hand, if anything. Okay, I'm not going to play Mark of the Vampire. Actually, maybe I should have taken that card out. Sure, I guess let's drop the Cutlass. I don't think it's likely he's going to have haste in these colors, so I'm not going to play around that. If he has run it around, I think he'd use it, maybe? Maybe not. Let's draw a card. And pass. I think this game's pretty well in hand. Next turn we have 10 mana, so we can bring back the Bloodletter for lethal if he doesn't block. And assuming he doesn't have anything. We can also just play Mark of the Vampire and go for it. We're down to 7 minutes, which is not ideal. I think I probably should take Mark of the Vampire out, though. It seems like it's not going to be very good against my opponent very often. Alright, let's go to attacks. We have lethal, but it's a little bit tricky, so I'm not sure my opponent would see it. Okay, Skullduggery. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna tap. Okay. Opponent gains some life. I think I'm just gonna draw. And I think we'll play the Whiptail then. Okay, Sailor Means. Perfectly fine, if not exciting. Okay, we'll swing with both of these guys. Maybe we should play Mark of the Vampire, because if we get blown out at this point, it's not even that much of a blowout. One goes down to 5. I kind of want to get back Contract Killing just so we can use it if we need to at this point, although I guess we can always return it anyway. So maybe let's just go wide. So put that into the graveyard. My opponent knows about it, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I'll put that on top. Alright. I think that'll be it. We have, like I said, taken up a lot more of our clock again this game, though. Let's draw now, so we can F6. I think this is probably lethal. Opponent might just be trying to use up as much of our clock as he can. Alright. Still lethal. At least he got something else. Alright. Yeah, I think he's just trying to burn down our clock. Alright, I think I'm gonna take out Mark of the Vampire. I think that probably shouldn't have been there to begin with. Probably put in a Dagger Fin, maybe. Yeah. Maybe we should take out the other Jade Guardian in that case, too. It's kind of nice to have a hexproof defender against this sort of deck. Alright. Alright, 1-1. We took a long time on that game, though, so. Can't do that every game. Alright, opponent considered for a long time sideboarding that game as well. Again, possibly swap decks around. Maybe he just really likes, or has a deep sideboard and just really is trying to get his best edge. Certainly can't blame him for that. Alright, perfectly reasonable hand here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep. We'd like to find some lands, obviously, but we're on the draw. We have a couple of turns to find one. Alright, gotta play fast. That was a good draw. We're gonna go 2-drop into 3-drop into 3-drop at least. And Contract Killing's a nice curve topper eventually. Ooh. Gets Contract Killing. It's a little bit unfortunate. For a second I was like, oh, we missed, which is the dream, but... Alright, still pretty good. That is a nice pickup for my opponent, certainly. Okay, Jade Guardian, not bad. Not exciting, but not bad. You know, follow it up with a Bloodletter next turn. Alright, let's see what my opponent's got here. Okay, they're definitely not going to block. So you got like a Sailor of Means or something. Coupled Wings. Alright. Okay, well, happy with that. I think I'm going to play the Wayfinder and try and keep us hitting our land drops. Sure, I think we can actually put that on top. That'll find us a land next turn. We can play the Dire Fleet Hoarder. Or I guess actually we can play that and then find a land and then play one of our 3-drops. That's even better. That does kind of guarantee us finding a land, which is good. And delaying the Jade Guardian is just not that big of a deal. Alright, opponent continuing to get in for 1. I don't love Cobbled Wings, like... Okay, it's a good one. That makes it a lot better. Ooh, March of the Drowned. Interesting decision for my opponent. He could bring back the Freebooter later on in the game. I think I'd probably keep it. It might depend a little bit on his hand and how much he thinks he's going to get beaten down here. Okay, it does pitch it. Alright, let's play our Commune very first. Make sure we find a land, but I think it's likely we will. Okay, we'll take a Forest here. Rest on the bottom in any order. And go ahead and swing with the Wayfinder. And I guess play the Daggertooth. I think we're just going to try and go on the aggressive here. And Daggertooth swings as well as Bloodletter does into this board, at least so far. Sailor of Means obviously hurts us a little bit, but we're certainly not going to double block the Interloper if that's his plan as well. My poor core contract killing. Kitesail Freebooters just seem great in every instance I've seen it played. On turn 2, it's just pretty ridiculous. I guess as a late game drop, that's not nearly as good, but it feels like I never see my opponent put it out just as a chump blocker late game, or not nearly as often. Opponent has a decision here. Let's see, Prosperous Pirates would be fairly bad for us. Just stonewalls a lot of our offensive. Could be considering if he wants to kill something. Okay, walk the plank. I think that's bad. Okay, and we'll take it. Can't block, won't block. As a follow-up here, it's pretty good for him. It puts us definitely on the back foot tempo-wise. Okay. Huh. Not absurd play or anything. I'll crack my opponent down to 10 here. He may just be thinking he's got some good tempo spells and like the race is his to win. We have a lot of creatures in hand. Oh, okay, Siren's Ruse. That's pretty good. Don't hit the +1/+1. Nice. So he gets a free land, but he doesn't get a free block. That's definitely a reason to block like that, though. Or to swing like that. And playing the Cobbled Wings there, maybe disguise the ruse a little bit as well. We drew a land for free. It has some other card as well off the Siren's Ruse. Definitely an interesting play. And I mean, I'm kind of sailing on Cobbled Wings here too. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot for him to brick my offensive. But if he doesn't have a reasonably sized creature, we're definitely winning the race. Maybe not against our time, but against my opponent's creatures. What if he has another Siren's Ruse? Huh, leaving the Freebooter back, I guess. Doesn't want to trade with the, or block with the Bloodletter. Makes sense. Okay. They are Jade Guardian. Pump up our Wayfinder and swing. Very possible he's got a bounce spell here, which is a little bit bad for us, but not absurdly bad. He gets to remove kind of a counter for free, and it slows us down, but I mean, I think this is still the best play. A couple of 3/3s just don't look that great against my opponent. What are my opponent's considering here? Maybe he hasn't their Siren's Rouge and he's debating on using it? As the bounce spell, I think it's pretty cut and dry. Interesting, the jump block, okay. Okay, dive down. Perfectly fine. It's kind of a jump block, only sideways. Opponent knows we have nothing. Maybe we shouldn't have played the swamp there. Okay, Lightkeeper. Reasonable. Alright. The flying defender that all the ladies love. Yep, fine with me. Go to 12. No follow-up. I guess we don't really care about the outcome of the Branch Walker, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing with these 3. I think I will trade for the Blightkeeper if he wants to trade for it. Not gonna just give him random. Well, do we want to swing with these guys? If he blocks there, it's forcing some other damage through. I think I'm okay with that, actually. My opponent can't make too many fantastic blocks. And again, like a bounce spell would be good, but I think if he had it, he would have used last turn. Okay, trade. Dies. Trade goes to 1. I do really want to get the Blightkeeper off the battlefield if at all possible. No effects. Alright. Okay, he does have the runaround. That's a little bit awkward for us. That's gonna make this guy big at least, though. On top. And my opponent doesn't have much in hand. Like, I think we are still ahead on board. This is definitely like on a needle's edge, though, right? Like, this could go either way pretty fast. Okay. Uh-oh. Bloodletter's good. Okay, let's go ahead and swing with both. You can just take 2 here and keep his own Bloodletter Martyr alive, or we can just trade. Okay. Play our Wayfinder. Hope to find a good solid card here. Yeah. Land it is. Alright, so we have a couple of 2/2s beating down. Still definitely in top deck mode against my opponent. If we find a removal spell, we can kill off the freebooter. I think we're in great shape. Still a little bit up on life, which is pretty significant in the world of 2/2s and 1/1s fighting. I'm going to keep the land hand now. I think my opponent probably drew a land there. And he'll probably look at us and say, you probably drew a land too, but I don't think there are very many cards that, like, are going to punish us for keeping the land in hand. No blocks. Follow. He's paused, he's wasting valuable time here. This would be a heck of a bluff if he doesn't have anything. Definitely can't play around Windstrider. If he had it, I don't think he would pause there too. Pretty sure it was bluffing. I think anything you have, you play. Alright. I got you. Still Razor's Edge. Keep a card back to chump block. Like, he's not dead next turn pretty much regardless. But he maybe can't swing. Okay. Looks like he's got something. Alright. Oh, that was a great draw. Get the Explore trigger as well. 4/4 would be nice. Ooh, that is great. Alright, I think we're probably in a good spot now. One says, really? Yeah, you top decked Entrancing Melody, I top deck a Queen's Agent. It's the way of the world. That was a really good 2-card finish, though. He has to have something that deals with the agent, or we just run away on life. That was a pretty funny stall in the middle. Like, neither of us could find anything great. Takes me to 4. Because he has, like, Bat, we're in trouble. Bat land kills us. Okay, that's pretty good. Really good, in fact. Okay, we have 10 mana, so we can kill off a whole bunch of stuff here. I think I'm just gonna kill all his flyers. Alright. And the game's not over yet. Can the Queen's Agent untap? Do. Oh man. I'm stressed over here, not gonna lie. Finally finding that contract killing is pretty big though. And off the Queen's Agent Explore. So good. So good. Alright, that's it. Opponent concedes. It was definitely a really, really close match. If my opponent found gas a little bit earlier than we had, he would have won there. I mean, it was a board stall, pure and simple. It was just the first person who's going to find good stuff. Was going to be able to dig themselves out of the hole. But 3-1, 4-1 Dream still alive. I'll see you guys for match 5.